Hey guys, welcome to The Bite. My name is Jackie. If you're new here, I do a lot of Middle Eastern cuisine with a modern twist. Today we're going to be doing an awesome minestrone soup. My dad loves minestrone soup and I tried to come up with the best recipe that I could think of for him because he is just in love with this soup. There are quite a few ingredients here, but they're all really easy to find. So let's get into them. I have some onions and garlic, zucchini that I've quartered, carrots, celery, cannellini beans and kidney beans. I have a small can of tomato sauce. I have a big can of whole peeled tomatoes, oregano, Italian seasoning, poultry seasoning, paprika, and a bouillon cube. Vegetable bouillon cube, but you can also use chicken if you want. Some fresh basil, some tomato paste, ditalini pasta, water, salt, pepper, and olive oil. Super easy. There's a lot here, but they are, you probably have half of these in your pantry already. So I'm also going to show you some freezing instructions for these because I like to just make extras of things and freeze them. And I'm going to show you an easy way to do that, especially if you have a kid like me at home and it's hard to get in the kitchen to cook sometimes. This is a great way to stock your freezer with some good stuff. So let's get to cooking. So I have my soup pot ready with some olive oil that I have heating up. I'm gonna add the onions and the garlic. We're just gonna let that saute for a little bit until the onions get kind of translucent. And then we're gonna add our carrots and celery. So they're looking pretty good. I'm gonna add in my carrots and celery. Let these get a little bit soft and then I'll add the zucchini in as well. So everything's looking good, kind of softened, and I'm gonna add in the zucchini next. Give that all a good stir. I'm gonna let this cook for a minute or two till the zucchini kind of softens a bit. I'll add in the tomato paste and then I'll add in the beans. Before I add in the beans, I do want to salt and pepper what I have in here so far because I don't want to stir it too much once the beans are in there. Otherwise, the beans could kind of get crushed up and mushy and we don't want that. We want them to stay, kind of have their integrity still. So give this a good toss. And now I'm going to add in the beans. This gives the soup a lot of good substance. And again, you want to just be really careful when you're tossing this. I just want to make sure it's all kind of involved in the pot over here. And then I'm going to add in a small can of tomato sauce. And what I like to do with what's left in there is add a bit of water, just enough to fill like 3/4 of the way. Just add that water in. That way nothing is wasted in the can, you see? Boom. So it's looking good, but we definitely need more liquid, starting with some more tomatoes. These are whole tomatoes, so I'm gonna try and break these up as best as possible. I'm also gonna add a little bit of water into this can. Give it a good swirl and then just add that right on in, along with my spices and my bouillon cube. This is gonna cook down. The tomatoes are gonna kind of start to break apart. So I'm gonna cover this, let this cook for a little bit, come to a boil, lower it down to a simmer, and in about 20 or so minutes, it will be done. Alrighty, so it's been boiling for a bit. I'm gonna just turn it down to low, medium low, and let it cook a little bit more with the lid off. So as it cooks more, you can kind of break it apart using your wooden spoon, helping it out a little bit. It's a lot easier to do it at this point because they've softened. So just go ahead and use your wooden spoon or whatever you're cooking with to kind of break them apart. So at this point, it's been simmering on low for about 5-6 minutes or so. I'm gonna shut this off and tear some fresh basil in. This is from my garden and I wanna use every last bit of my fresh herbs before fall starts. So just tear it right in, stir it, And then at this point, I like to taste it just to be sure that everything, you know, the seasonings are to my liking. Yep. So this is what I'm gonna divide them between what I'm gonna eat tonight and what is gonna get frozen. So I have these containers that are perfectly freezable. I freeze soups, broths, I mean, you name it, I can put it in here and stick it in my freezer. So I'm gonna take this now at this point. I am still gonna add pasta, but I'm not gonna add it to the ones that's gonna be frozen, because if you reheat the pasta after it's been cooked, it's gonna just fall apart. You know, it's gonna break and not good. No texture to that whatsoever. So I'm gonna ladle this in. Let it cool before I put the lid on it and stick it in the freezer, and then I will show you the next step. So I was able to divide my soup into 3. So I have 2 of these that I'm gonna be freezing, and then what's left in the pot. I'm gonna stick 1/4 cup of ditalini pasta in the pot. It looks like a really small amount, but pasta expands, and I'm telling you, I found that this has been the best portion. So since it's off already, I'm gonna stick the lid back on for another 7 minutes or so and let the residual heat cook the pasta along with the rest of the soup, give it a good flavor. Once these cool, I'll put the lid on them, stick them in the freezer, and when they are ready to be reheated and when you wanna eat them, you can take them out, let them defrost all day, or you can take them out frozen, stick them in like a medium-sized pot. You don't wanna let it fully thaw out, and then once it comes to kind of like a rolling boil, you can add in your pasta. So at that point, it'll be just like you made it fresh that day. And I will stick a link, I got these from Amazon, but I will stick a link for these containers in the description box so that you can get them. It comes with like 25 and they come in handy. So the pasta's done, it's fully cooked, and I'm just gonna put myself a bowl full. It smells so good. You can smell the basil still. And I'm gonna take a little bite. The vegetables still have a little bite to them. That's how I like it. So this is perfect to me. Came together in 30 minutes, so easy. So I know I'll be making this fall season. I'll have a little bit left over in the freezer. So I hope you guys give this a try. Super easy, really good freezer instructions. I'll be sharing a lot more fall soups during this season. So stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button in the right bottom corner so you'll be notified when I do post videos. I'm gonna post some more soup videos right over here so you can check that out if you're in the soupy kind of mood. And thank you guys for watching The Bite. We'll see you next time.